What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Right now, I'm going to talk about the top 5 teams, in my opinion, a combination of reports and my own opinionated things on where Shane Doan could end up the top 5 from 5 to 1. Obviously, 5 being the least likely and 1 being the most likely, overstating the obvious. Number 5, Pittsburgh. Obviously, missing out on Parisi, not getting Rick Nash. Pittsburgh's looking for a guy that can complement Crosby the way James Neal's complimented Gino. And, Doan could be that guy. Still got a little bit left in the tank. A little bit, obviously, older than he was even a few years ago. But, he's still a player that can play at a high level and ride shotgun with a good center like Crosby is. But I don't, that's kind of a long shot. Number 4, the Vancouver Canucks. I think he can be a guy that can play with the Sedins, be a power element to their finesse game, and really do be a beneficiary of their passes, the way they can play the game, and offer some tenacity to play alongside them. He's a real bona fide power forward, and he can be a guy that makes them tougher to play against. And that's something you need. He'll bring the tenacity and the sandpaper to the lineup, and complement their offensive games. Really be a kind of a jack of all trades and help bring Vancouver close to a Stanley Cup. I think he's that kind of guy that can be an X factor for a team like the Nucks. Number 3, Nashville. He likes playing for Barry Trotz, who was an assistant in the World Championships of Canada a few years ago. He likes the whole ranch concept, and Tennessee's got plenty of that. And they got a veteran team. I think he could really step up, be a top 6 forward, and really, in terms of production, I see they play 2 different positions, but kind of help offset the loss of Suter by bringing more production in the forward core and taking less pressure off the defense, taking pressure off the defense, putting less pressure on them, and really making the guys, besides Shea Weber, the really unprovens and the variables in that lineup, make their lives easier, knowing that there's a top flight forward up there. I think it's as likely as the next 2, but I'd really like to see him in Nashville. I think he's a good fit in that team, really Barry Trotz style player. Number 2, the Phoenix Coyotes. I think it all comes down to, what's the ownership situation going to look like? Are they going to stay in Phoenix? We've talked about it ad nauseum, what specifically is going to take to keep him a Coyote. And, is he willing to, I think he's willing to commit to that team, but is Glendale committed to the Coyotes? Is the ownership willing to show him the money? And that's, that's something that's out of his control. And, we'll see how that works out. That's a pretty intriguing situation. And number 1, the New York Rangers. I think it fit in perfectly on the second line behind Nash. I think that forward crew just gets a hell of a lot more tenacious, especially in the top 6. I think it'll take some of the pressure off Hagel and Evan Repeat. Was great for rookie year. Helps take pressure off Kreider, and really alleviates the loss of Gabrick until he can come back in December. And you hit with Nash one line and then Doan the other. Obviously Nash is more finesse guy, younger. Obviously got the young legs going, but that'll be a hell of a duo, and really a flash and dash kind of lineup, and I like that. He's a classic John Tortorella player. He plays hard for 60 minutes. He wins battles along the boards. Brings you, like I said, the sandpaper, the intensity, and a guy that makes it tougher to play against and can score some goals. But let's see how it all works out. I'm pretty excited to see. He's a great player. I'm not going to throw the red class act around because he's kind of been playing dirty, but I really do enjoy watching him play. I wish the Bruins were in the mix on him, but I don't see him landing in Boston. But I think he'll definitely help whatever team he lands with and probably bring them closer to competing for a cup. That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the top 5 most likely destinations for Shane Doan to land. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.